What's up everybody, Camero here, and welcome to part 20 of my How to Make a Pokemon Game tutorial series. In this episode, we're going to be looking at trainer animations. I'm going to be showing you how to add cool intros for your battles, specifically like rival battles and gym battles, in the base version of the game, or Pokemon Essentials. And I'm also going to add some more info for how to define trainers, because there is some stuff that I missed in my last trainer episode. So I'm going to talk more about like setting good values when you're defining your trainers. And then I'm going to show you some of the really cool animations that you can use if you install Elite Battle System. There's a lot of really cool ones that I have to show, but for now, we're going to cover the basics. I'm going to assume you don't have Elite Battle System, and let's get into it. So, you only need 2 images to get a really cool rival battle or gym leader battle intro, and I'll show you an example of it right now. So, although this guy might look like a youngster, he's actually Gary, or Blue, as a battle. So when we go and battle him, so you'll notice a couple things. That animation was cool, but that wasn't Gary we just saw, that was Hugh from Black and White 2. That's easy to fix and easy to change, but essentially it all boils down to 2 images. So let's go. The 2 images can be found in your Graphics Transitions folder, and that is versus Trainer 4. We can change this to be whatever we want if we wanted to make it look like Gary. In fact, I actually have that image lying around here. Let me find it real quick. Graphics, Pictures... No, I'm sorry, it's Transitions. Cool, so I can copy this. Delete. Cool. So this is one of the 2 images you need, and you only need 2. Well, I mean, you need the images for your trainer if you want to change those. So you need one for you, and you need a bar for you, and then you need one for the rival, and then a bar for the rival. So versus bar 4 versus trainer 4. And the reason it's number 4 is because that is based off of the trainer types. When you look at all the IDs of your trainers, so we're fighting against a rival 1, which is ID 4. So, versus Trainer 4, we'll pull up that image. Versus Bar 4, we'll pull up this image. And then it'll throw this big versus here. You can modify these all you want. You can modify this one if you want to modify your character. You can modify the verses so it looks different. You can modify the bars and everything. But if you don't want to modify them, it's super easy to just copy and paste. So, let's say we want to make our own new one now. So all we need to do is make 2 images, and then we can have one for our own new trainer. So I want to make one for Lieutenant Surge. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to open Photoshop. Boop. So here's already in one of the versus Trainer 4s. And what we can do, like this is a really easy, not a really easy, I mean a really like simple way to do it. Let me make sure this is in the right image mode real quick. One way that makes it really simple is if you just go into your Battlers folder and copy the sprite, I'm sorry, not Battlers, characters, and go to the sprite for the trainer that you want to do the animation for. So we're doing Lieutenant Surge, who I believe is number 61. But that's too zoomed out. We want to zoom in on his face, kinda. So what we can do is just make this go up by maybe like 400%. And then 400%. Place the file. So you can get his face. I mean, I could just do 300% also. But essentially, that's what you're going to want to do. You're going to want to drop in, like, this is one way to do it. You can draw your own art for it, too, if you're really good at sprite art. But essentially, we're going to get our own big Lieutenant Surge in here at 300%. Place the file. So there's our guy. And you can cut off some of the top of the head. Some of the top of the hair, if you want to do it like that. Cool. And then I can save this as versus Trainer 61, because that is the number of Lieutenant Surge. Versus Trainer 61. So we're already halfway there. So we've got our face. Now let's open versus Bar 4. And one thing that's really easy to do in Photoshop is you can just... Actually, let me do this real quick. That one's locked. You can just apply a color overlay And since it's Lieutenant Surge, let's do yellow, so it's electric. And then you can change the blend mode to hue. I did this for the trees earlier in the tile set episode. So this can be our yellow versus background for Lieutenant Surge. So instead of versus bar 4, this is versus bar 61. So now with those two images created, if we go into our game, it should just show a animation similar to the one you saw at the beginning of this video, but this time with Lieutenant Surge faces, with his face, and with a yellow bar. So let's show this off. Like shorts company easy to wear. Yellow bar, Lieutenant Surge's face. Boom! There it is. So that's how you get an animation at the very start of your battle without having Elite Battle System. So I'm gonna show you another thing that's really cool though, real fast. While we're talking about trainer types, so Lieutenant Surge is number 61. We can see his definitions here. So the first value is his ID, which is 61, but there's some more fields that I passed over that are actually really important. For example, this field here, which I believe is the 5th field. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This field here is the name of the music that plays when you fight this type of trainer. This is really important if you want to set music for specific types of trainers. So like if you're battling a gym leader, you can just say gym leader music here, which they have done already in the examples. But I've imported new music from Pokemon Black and White. So this is gym. So I just have a file called gym.mp3. I'll show you real quick. So if I go back to my game, go to my audio, go to my background music, I imported this called gym.mp3. Ooh, it's pretty pumping. And I also imported gymwin.mp3. So this 5th field here is just gym, and then this next one can be gym win. So that's the music that plays when you beat that particular trainer. And then the next field is empty, and what this field is the music that plays when this trainer sees you, when you first talk to them. So this is really good for a lot of trainers on your routes, like, you know, like when you get spotted by Youngster and it goes ba-ba, whatever. So that is not in your background music folder. That is in your ME folder. And I just added one here called youngster.mp3. And it sounds like this. So that's just the music that plays when a youngster spots you. So you don't have to, you can just type in youngster here once it's in your ME folder. And now when I talk to Lieutenant Surge, he'll have updated battle music. The music will be different when you beat him, and it'll play music when he sees you. So let's show this off real quick. Alright, so real quick edit. I said that you put the victory music in the BGM folder. It's actually supposed to go in the ME folder. So I put gymwin.mp3 in the ME folder. And this is where it needs to be for it to play when you beat the trainer. So let's go try this out one more time. When I beat Lieutenant Surge, it should play the victory music. When I talk to Lieutenant Surge, it should play the spotted music, like for Youngster. And the battle music should be the updated gym leader battle music. So let's try this out. So that music's playing, and that's good. Okay, now the updated gym leader music's playing, and that's good. There's our animation. Looks pretty nice. Very loud music. Alright, you got nothing, Lieutenant Surge. Let's go. Boom! Perfect. And there's our gym leader victory music. Awesome. So, those are how you get those 3 audio files playing, and you can define that on a per trainer basis, which I think is really great. So I'm sorry I didn't cover that before, but here it is now. Definitely, you know, gym in your BGM folder, gym win in your ME folder, youngster in the ME folder. Yeah, so hopefully that helps out. So now I'm going to show you something really cool. I'm going to swipe on over and cut now. Alright, so in Elite Battle System, there are a lot more entry animations that you have access to, and a lot of them require more images. So there are some that use special, there's some that require like a sun and moon picture, and they all come with Elite Battle System when you download the graphical resources. So you can get really cool ones that I'll just have to show you. Let me just show you some of them. They're really, really cool. There's one that I really like that I recommend that you use for every trainer just because it looks so nice. So you can just make every common trainer have this one that looks really cool. And I'll show you how to do it if you have Elite Battle System. I'll show you how to do it after I show off some of the examples. So the first one is just a real basic trainer. I just made a fisherman here. And check it out. So that's the Sun and Moon trainer intro. Looks pretty nice. It does the little like blue duplicate behind. And then it goes into the battle. Looks pretty sweet. The way that that is done is with one image. If you want to make it more fancy, you can have more images, but you really only need one image. And while I'm in the game, I can't show it, but let me close, and I'll show you what that one image is and how to make it real fast. So, essentially what you need to do is get an image that's roughly like 256 tall and maybe like 384 wide. Let me open the example that came with the Elite Battle System graphical resources. So right here in this folder, graphics, transitions, one of the examples that comes with it is our trainer standing right here. And what you can do really is take a pre-existing trainer. It's not going to look perfect if you do it this way, but you can take one that's like pre-existing. Like I'll show you what I did for the fisherman there. Here he is, trainer 15, and then you can just size him up, make him maybe 400%, or let's go 300. 300, and he extends a little bit off on the left and right. So it actually is cool if you make it a little bit wider. So the width, okay, width was 256, height was 384. So height around 384, width can go up to like 340 if you want. Oh no, I did image size. I need to do canvas size. Width maybe about 340. Cool. And then you can crop off the bottom a little bit. I think it looks nice when you do the sun and moon animation if you crop off the bottom a little bit. So here we've got our guy. And let's look at the canvas size again. So his width is 340, his height is 384. And then you can just do File, Save As. And you need to follow the exact formatting for the name. So this needs to be SM Trainer, and then the trainer's number. So SM Trainer 15, because 15 is the fisherman. And then, see, here's the one I already have. That's how you make a sun and moon trainer animation. You just put in, so this is one that I did for Misty. I'll show you that now. And Misty actually has her own custom background that I made, and all I did really was modify the one that came with. So let me show this off now. So she has a custom Sun and Moon intro background. So it's playing that music. I don't like the music. Okay, but look, there it is. The blue looks pretty nice. So the way that that is done is a little bit more complex. So let's go back into our transitions folder. So this is the default one that plays for all of them, and this is there's other particle effects that are default as well. So these three images are the default ones that played with our fisherman, because we didn't specify. But if we want to do one that's for a specific trainer, instead of doing SMBG default, we do SMBG and then the trainer's number. So Misty is 60. Well, not 60 years old, number 60. So that's her ID. And then we have SMBG 60. And then SMBG next 60 and SMBG last 60. So there's default. There's the SMBG, there's the SMBG last, and the SMBG next. So last and next are the particle effects that are flying by in the background, and then this is the just the straight up background. So what I did was I opened all three of these in Photoshop and applied a blue hue to them, and then just saved them as 60. So these three images are what you need if you want to do a custom background, and then of course the SM Trainer 60 here for Misty. So that's pretty cool. So now one that I really like and I'm going to show off is the SM Trainer for Sun and Moon. For Evil Teams, for Team Rocket. If you go into your entry animation script when you have Elite Battle System, you can see all the rules here also if you ever have any questions, as well as there's an array. different stuff you can do if you want to edit your like legendaries, as well as a list of people that are on your evil team. So Team Rocket _M and Team Rocket _F right now are the only people that are on the evil team. But if you have more trainers that you want to add to an evil team, then you put them in here. And yeah, so with the evil team comes a whole lot of images, like the Team Rocket R, and then there's a bunch of evil effects like Evil Effect 4, Evil Effect 3. These all show up on the screen, the Evil BG. These will all pop up when we fight somebody from Team Rocket. So let's show that off now. It looks pretty decent. It looks pretty nice. I like it. Boom. So there's a ton of effects going on right there. Now it's got the sun and moon background for our rocket guy, and there's the blue. Looks pretty nice. Cool. So if you want to make an evil grunt of your own, then what you need to do is add them to this list of the evil team list. And then if you want to modify the pictures for your evil team, here's where you do them. It's all of these images right here. These make up the animation. So there's a couple more I need to show off. I'll show them all off in a line, actually. So all of these are pretty similar. One of them is the Elite Four animation, and the others are 3 rival animations. So the Elite Four animation looks like this. So that's not a picture of Lance, that's a picture of Gary, but look, there's the red and all the flashes. Looks pretty nice. Very electrifying opening. So that effect is accomplished by using 2 images. One of them is just versus trainer and then the name and the number. Let me show that off now. So that effect is accomplished by just... Well, I mean, there's other effects that are used for like the lightning crackle and stuff. But essentially, what is that? That was versus trainer 70 because 70 is Lance's number. So 70, and then versus bar elite 70. So these 2 are what you need if you want to do the Elite 4 animation. So versus bar elite 70, where 70 is the trainer number. And then versus trainer 70, where 70 is the trainer number. Cool. So let's show off some of the rival animations. There's one in particular that's really cool. Let me show that off. So this guy has a special intro, where it shows the full body, and says versus with the electric crackle there, and it says their name. And then it slides off, and then you get into the actual battle. Looks pretty cool. And that one is accomplished by having versus trainer special right there, and then versus bar special. So this is versus trainer 4 versus special 4. So you can edit this if you want. You can make this green, blue. This is really simple, you know, just and then that'll be the background for where your trainer comes sliding in. So you can make that really nice. But yeah, versus trainer special 4 versus bar special 4. And of course that was versus, the 4 is the trainer ID, where the trainer ID in this case is 4. Okay, so that's what happens when you fight against a trainer with ID 4. It does that one special one. So let's show off the next one. This is a really long video showing off all these cool animations, but I hope it helps. There's a lot of really nice stuff going on here. Let me show off the next trainer. So this one has the default rival intro. I figured I would show it just to remind you what it looked like in the base version of Essentials. The bars come together, boom. See, that looks still pretty nice. Pretty nice. So now I'll show you the next one, which is one that I prefer over all the others. So the base one that came with Essentials uses versus bar and then the trainer ID. So in this case, it's trainer ID 5. So versus bar 5. This new one uses versus bar new. And then you'll see the new rival animation right here. He has the new rival intro. And here he is playing the music that I talked about earlier. Ooh, that's pretty snazzy. Pretty snazzy. Okay, cool. And that one is accomplished by having... Let me go into my transitions folder again. You have to have versus bar new. So I made that guy trainer ID 73. So if I go to my trainer types, actually, I made just a new rival. There's rival 3 here. And as you can see, like I mentioned before, there's Gym, Win, and Youngster. Cool. So I made this guy just Rival 73. And because his ID is 73, I've made Versus Trainer 73 right here, which is the picture of his face. And then Versus Bar New 73, which you need those two, and then it'll have the really cool new animation. I like it. It looks pretty sweet. I think that might be my favorite out of all of them. I mean, I really like the default Sun and Moon animation too. So yeah, that is how you do really cool animations for the start of your trainer battles. I hope this video helped. If you have any more questions, or if you think there's something I didn't cover, let me know. Tweet at me, or follow me on Twitch and tell me there. Yeah, Twitter and Twitch links on the screen. Boom. And yeah, thank you for watching once again. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask. I'm here. But one point I do want to make is I have made a large collection of videos now at this point. So before asking a question, check to see if I've covered it already first. Like if you have a question about tile sets, definitely take a look at my tile set video. Like go and look through all my videos, and if then none of them help you, then definitely don't hesitate to ask. Oh, and two more things before I forget. There actually is one more animation that looks really cool if you go into your transitions folder. If you make one called SM Special and then the trainer ID, like I have here, SM Special 15, you'll get a really interesting special animation for the trainer, which I'll show off after I talk about this one last point, which is the ones that are the SM overwrite the other animations. What I mean by that is if you have SM Trainer 15, but then you also have Versus Trainer 15, you won't get like some weird mishmash of both. The one that comes out on top and the one that will show up is the SM Trainer 15. So if you're trying to do one for your rival, but you also have an SM version for your rival, so like SM Trainer 5 and then Versus Trainer 5, you're going to get the Sun and Moon animation 100% of the time. So if there's ever any confusion, make sure that you're not doing duplicate animations for your trainers. With that said, let me show off the special one, which looks pretty cool. And once again, the format for that one is SM Special and then the trainer number. And you have to make sure you have the SMBG Special and all these SM effects as well. So let's load in and I'll show it off. We're going to have a fight with a really special fisherman now. That's going to be cool. Ooh, very nice. So that's if you want to make a real special trainer. Have this like crazy rainbow gradient background with like the little flames down there and stuff. Ooh, very nice. It's so nice, and the little like white lights and the glitter. Okay. Thank you for watching. I hope this episode helped you out again. I'll see you next time, guys. Bye.